Did you know many of the old Hollywood celebrities appeared in some films that you cannot watch with your family? You may find it strange, but many of them were part of such projects. From smoldering pre-code rebels to international icons who made history with their bold choices. These women didn't just act. They shattered conventions, ignited controversy, and forever redefined the meaning of glamour, power, and sensuality on screen. Get ready for a journey through untold stories, daring roles, and unforgettable moments of 29 trailblazing stars who dared to bear it all in the name of art. Mae West. Kicking off our list is the inimitable Mae West, an actress, playwright, and sex symbol who single-handedly pushed the boundaries of Hollywood's early codes of morality. Born in 1893, West was a force of nature, famous for her razor-sharp wit, double entendres, and a sultry confidence that was as groundbreaking as it was controversial. Rising to stardom on Broadway, before conquering Hollywood, Mae's screen debut in Night After Night in 1932 set the stage for a career that would shake up the film industry. With iconic films like She Done Him Wrong and I'm No Angel, she flouted the Hays Code with her overtly sexual persona, making her a lightning rod for censors and a favorite among audiences. West's dialogue wasn't just clever, it was loaded, often sparking outrage and admiration in equal measure. But Mae was more than just a provocateur. She was a shrewd businesswoman and a talented writer who often crafted her own material. Her influence on the evolution of sexual expression in film cannot be overstated, and her legacy lives on in every star who dared to follow in her bold, brassy footsteps. Even decades after her heyday, the phrase, "Why don't you come up sometime and see me?" still oozes with West's unmistakable style. Jean Harlow. Next up is the original blonde bombshell herself, Jean Harlow. Born Harlan Carpenter in 1911, Harlow became a symbol of the roaring 20s and early 30s. Her platinum locks and dazzling smile defining an era of cinematic glamour and rebellion. Harlow was a pioneer of the bad girl role. Whether in satin gowns or lacy lingerie, she brought a raw sensuality to the screen in films like Red-Headed Woman and Red Dust. Audiences were captivated by her playful, sometimes risque performances, which danced tantalizingly close to what the production code would later strictly forbid. Off-screen, Harlow's life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. Her meteoric rise was cut short by her untimely death at just 26. Yet, in that brief time, she managed to star in over 30 films, leaving an indelible impression on Hollywood. Harlow's screen presence was electric, her comedic timing razor-sharp, and her boldness paved the way for later sex symbols. Whether trading flirtatious banter with Clark Gable or stealing scenes with her sly wink and infectious laugh, Jean Harlow was the embodiment of pre-code Hollywood's daring spirit, a true icon whose legend still glimmers in classic film lore. Barbara Stanwyck. At number 3, we have Barbara Stanwyck, a chameleon of the silver screen, whose career spanned more than 6 decades. Born Ruby Stevens in Brooklyn in 1907, Stanwyck rose from a tough childhood to become one of Hollywood's most versatile and hard-working actresses. With her piercing gaze and tough-as-nails delivery, she starred in classics like Babyface, a pre-code sensation where she used her sexuality to climb the social ladder, scandalizing censors and enthralling audiences. Stanwyck's roles often defied expectations. She wasn't just a femme fatale, but also a strong, intelligent woman who could hold her own in any genre, from noir thrillers like Double Indemnity to romantic dramas and comedies. Her performances were always imbued with a sense of authenticity, grounded in the hardships she faced growing up. Stanwyck appeared in nearly 90 films, earning 4 Oscar nominations and countless accolades. She was known for her professionalism and humility, never missing a day on set and always giving her all, whether as a tough-talking dame or a tender-hearted heroine. Stanwyck's impact on Hollywood's portrayal of complex women is profound, and her legacy continues to inspire generations of actresses who seek depth, strength, and humanity in their roles. Joan Crawford. Fourth on our list is the legendary Joan Crawford, a Hollywood survivor who reinvented herself time and again. Born Lucille Fay LeSueur in 1904, Crawford rose from humble beginnings, working her way up through chorus lines and silent films before becoming one of MGM's reigning queens. Her breakthrough came with Our Dancing Daughters in 1928, but she truly became a star in the 1930s and 40s, playing fiercely ambitious women in films like Paid and Possessed. Crawford's screen presence was formidable. She exuded both glamour and grit, captivating audiences with her intensity and vulnerability. Throughout her career, she appeared in over 80 films, winning an Academy Award for Mildred Pierce in 1945. Joan's private life was as dramatic as her films, marked by headline-grabbing feuds and an infamous memoir by her adopted daughter, but her professionalism was unmatched. She worked tirelessly to maintain her image and career, adapting to changing trends and defying those who tried to write her off. Crawford's enduring appeal lies in her ability to combine toughness with emotion, creating characters who are both powerful and heartbreakingly human, a testament to her unmatched work ethic and star power. Myrna Loy. Sliding into the fifth spot is Myrna Loy, the woman who redefined sophistication and wit in Hollywood's golden age. Born in 1905 in Montana, Loy started her career typecast in exotic roles, but quickly broke out with her smart, elegant performances. She's best remembered as Nora Charles in the Thin Man series, where her sparkling chemistry with William Powell and her dry sense of humor made her an icon of screwball comedy. Loy's roles were often subtly subversive. She played independent, modern women who matched or bested their male counterparts in wit and charm. Over her prolific career, she appeared in over 120 films, making her one of the most enduring stars of her era. Off-screen, Loy was equally remarkable. An activist for civil rights and a strong advocate for the arts, she refused roles that perpetuated harmful stereotypes and used her fame for good. Loy's blend of intelligence, beauty, and understated sex appeal set a new standard for female leads. Her films remain beloved, not just for their clever plots, but for Loy's effortless ability to convey warmth, strength, and razor-sharp wit. A true legend in every sense. Joan Blondell. Coming in at number 6 is the effervescent Joan Blondell, whose vivacity lit up the screen throughout the 1930s and beyond. Born in 1906, Blondell's showbiz roots ran deep. Her parents were vaudeville performers, and Joan inherited their stage presence and quick comedic timing. Breaking through in Warner Brothers musicals and comedies, Blondell quickly became the go-to actress for wisecracking, sassy, yet good-hearted dames. In films like Night Nurse and 3 on a Match, she brought a grounded humanity to her roles, often delivering suggestive lines with a wink and a smile that slipped by even the strictest censors. Joan's chemistry with co-stars was unmatched. She could play off anyone, making her a studio favorite for both comedies and dramas. With over 100 film credits, Blondell's career showcased both range and resilience, as she weathered the ups and downs of Hollywood's fickle spotlight. Always a professional, she transitioned seamlessly from film to television, earning an Oscar nomination late in her career. Whether as the wise best friend or the tough working girl, Joan Blondell embodied the spirit of pre-code Hollywood, funny, sexy, and always authentically herself. Marlene Dietrich. 7th on our list is the enigmatic Marlene Dietrich, a star whose allure was equal parts mystery, glamour, and boldness. Born in Berlin in 1901, Dietrich's big break came with The Blue Angel in 1930, after which she became a sensation in Hollywood. Known for her androgynous style, smoky voice, and magnetic screen presence, Dietrich quickly earned a reputation as one of cinema's most daring sex symbols. Films like Morocco and Shanghai Express featured her in roles that challenged gender norms and sexual conventions. She famously donned tuxedos and kissed women on screen, acts considered scandalous at the time. But Dietrich was more than just a provocateur. She was a gifted actress and singer who lent depth to every role she played. Her partnership with director Josef von Sternberg produced some of the most visually stunning and sensuous films of the era. Dietrich's refusal to conform, both on and off the screen, made her an icon not just of Hollywood, but of personal freedom and self-expression. Her legacy is that of a trailblazer who used her star power to break boundaries and redefine what it meant to be a woman in film. Loretta Young. At number 8 is Loretta Young, whose beauty and grace made her a star from the silent era all the way through the dawn of television. Born Gretchen Young in 1913, she began acting at the tender age of 4, appearing in silent films before making a seamless transition to talkies. Known for her refined elegance and expressive eyes, Young starred in over 100 films, from romantic dramas to screwball comedies. Pre-code outings like Employee's Entrance saw her tackling surprisingly bold roles for the time, with scripts that explored sexual manipulation and moral ambiguity. Despite her wholesome reputation, Loretta wasn't afraid to take risks, giving nuanced performances that highlighted her character's inner strength and vulnerability. In the 1940s, she won an Academy Award for The Farmer's Daughter, and later became a beloved TV star, hosting her own anthology series. Young's Catholic faith and polished image sometimes masked a private life marked by Hollywood's hidden scandals, but her legacy remains one of professionalism and poise. Through every transformation, Loretta Young exemplified the classic style and resilience of a true Hollywood leading lady. Miriam Hopkins. Ninth on our list is Miriam Hopkins, a dynamic actress known for her fiery temperament and willingness to embrace controversy. Born in Georgia in 1902, Hopkins first found success on Broadway before taking Hollywood by storm. She became one of pre-code cinema's most memorable stars, often playing seductive, complicated women in films like The Story of Temple Drake, which was so scandalous it directly inspired the stricter enforcement of the Hays Code. Hopkins was unafraid to tackle taboo subjects, and her roles frequently pushed the limits of what was acceptable on screen, from sexual independence to same-sex attraction. With a vivacious screen presence and a knack for both comedy and drama, Miriam appeared in over 40 films, including classics like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Trouble in Paradise. Off-screen, Hopkins was as headstrong as her characters, often clashing with co-stars and directors, but her talent was undeniable. She brought intelligence and complexity to every performance, refusing to be pigeonholed. Today, she's remembered as a trailblazer who helped shape Hollywood's golden era into a more daring and artistically rich period. Kay Francis. Completing our first 10 is Kay Francis, an actress whose charm and sophistication made her one of the most popular leading ladies of the early 1930s. Born in Oklahoma City in 1905, Francis's aristocratic bearing and distinctive voice made her instantly recognizable. She became a major box office draw for Warner Brothers, starring in glamorous roles that often involved illicit love affairs, forbidden passion, and racy dialogue, especially in pre-code gems like Trouble in Paradise and Jewel Robbery. Kay's fashion sense and elegance set trends, and she was as well known for her style as for her performances. Despite often playing women caught in moral dilemmas, she imbued her characters with warmth and intelligence, making even scandalous stories feel deeply human. Francis appeared in over 60 films, surviving the often cruel tides of Hollywood's studio system with poise and grace. Off-screen, she was witty and independent, charting her own course even when her career waned. Kay Francis's blend of beauty, brains, and bravado made her a unique presence in Golden Age Hollywood, a true icon whose work still sparkles today. Greta Garbo. Number 11 is none other than Greta Garbo, the Swedish-born enigma, whose haunting beauty and emotional depth mesmerized audiences on both sides of the Atlantic. Born in Stockholm in 1905, Garbo's journey to Hollywood began with silent films in Europe before she was discovered by MGM. Her first American film, Torrent, in 1926, launched a meteoric rise, soon followed by legendary roles in Mata Hari, Queen Christina, and Camille. Garbo's ability to convey longing, heartbreak, and forbidden desire set her apart. Her characters often struggled with love and identity, and she brought a unique blend of sensuality and vulnerability to each role. Unafraid of controversy, she pushed boundaries in films that explored taboo topics, including same-sex attraction in Queen Christina, where her on-screen kiss with another woman was daring for its time. Garbo's reluctance to play the Hollywood publicity game only heightened her mystique. She famously retired from the screen at age 36, leaving fans yearning for more. With just 28 films to her name, Greta Garbo achieved immortality in cinema, her legacy enduring as a symbol of sophistication, mystery, and the untamed power of female desire. Hedy Lamarr. At number 12, we have Hedy Lamarr, whose beauty was matched only by her extraordinary intellect. Born Hedwig Eva Maria Kiesler in Vienna in 1914, Lamarr's early fame came from the controversial European film Ecstasy in 1933, which featured nudity and an on-screen orgasm, scenes considered scandalous and even illegal in some countries at the time. When she arrived in Hollywood, she quickly became the most beautiful woman in the world, starring in classics like Algiers and Samson and Delilah. But Lamarr was more than a screen siren. She was an inventor who co-created frequency hopping technology, a precursor to Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Despite her Hollywood fame, Lamarr's bold on-screen choices often overshadowed her intelligence, but she never shied away from challenging roles. Her presence was magnetic. She played both seductive temptresses and tragic heroines, often imbuing her characters with unexpected sensitivity. Lamarr's story is one of resilience and reinvention. Her impact felt not only in film, but in science and technology. She stands as a testament to the complex, multi-dimensional women who quietly shaped Hollywood and the world behind the scenes. Clara Bow. 13th on our list is Clara Bow, the effervescent it girl who defined the spirit of the 1920s flapper generation. Born into poverty in Brooklyn in 1905, Bow's charisma, energy, and unabashed sensuality catapulted her from silent films to talkies, making her a cultural phenomenon. With wide, expressive eyes and a magnetic presence, Clara starred in hits like Wings, It, and Call Her Savage, embodying the liberated, fun-loving young woman of her era. Though rumors of nude photos and blue films dogged her throughout her life, Bow's real legacy was her willingness to play daring, unconventional characters who broke with tradition and shocked polite society. Her on-screen style was unfiltered and spontaneous, captivating audiences with a raw authenticity that remains fresh even today. Despite a brief and turbulent career, marred by personal struggles and the challenges of Hollywood's transition to sound, Bow starred in more than 40 films, forever altering the landscape of female sexuality in cinema. Clara Bow's legacy is one of joy, rebellion, and fearless self-expression, a reminder that Hollywood's brightest lights often burn the fastest. Marilyn Monroe. Few names evoke the golden age of Hollywood like Marilyn Monroe, our number 14. Born Norma Jean Mortensen in 1926, Monroe's rise from orphaned factory worker to international icon is the stuff of legend. With her platinum blonde hair, breathy voice, and irresistible vulnerability, she became the definitive sex symbol of the 1950s. Films like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Some Like It Hot, and The 7-Year Itch made her a household name, while her nude photos for a 1949 calendar, and later Playboy, cemented her image as Hollywood's reigning goddess of desire. Yet beneath the glamour, Marilyn was a gifted actress who longed for respect. Her performances in Bus Stop and The Misfits revealed a depth and intelligence too often overlooked by critics. Monroe's willingness to break taboos, appearing nude, taking on provocative roles, and openly discussing her sexuality, made her both a trailblazer and a tragic figure. Her untimely death at 36 only added to her mythos, but her influence remains undiminished. Marilyn Monroe is the embodiment of beauty, sensuality, and the endless pursuit of acceptance in a world all too ready to exploit it. Lena Nyman. Next on the list is Lena Nyman, a Scandinavian actress who made international headlines with her fearless performances in Swedish cinema. Born in Stockholm in 1944, Nyman's breakthrough came with the film I Am Curious in 1967, a film so explicit in its depiction of nudity and sexuality that it was banned in multiple countries and sparked legal battles in the United States. Nyman's willingness to appear fully nude, both physically and emotionally, was groundbreaking, earning her critical acclaim as well as controversy. The film was intended as both a political and sexual awakening, and Lena's raw, honest performance made her an emblem of 1960s counterculture. She later starred alongside legends like Ingrid Bergman and Liv Ullmann in Autumn Sonata, showing her range as both an actress and a cultural provocateur. Lena Nyman's courage in challenging societal taboos paved the way for greater sexual openness in European and, eventually, global cinema. Her legacy lies in her refusal to separate the political from the personal, and her belief that art should provoke, challenge, and liberate. Helen Mirren. At number 16, we spotlight Helen Mirren, one of the most respected and daring actresses of her generation. Born in London in 1945, Mirren made her mark on both stage and screen with her fearless performances and regal bearing. Her role in the controversial film Caligula in 1979 is infamous, not just for its historical decadence, but for Mirren's participation in explicit, unsimulated scenes that blurred the lines between art and pornography. Mirren later reflected that she was comfortable with the nudity in Caligula only because everyone else on set was equally exposed. Throughout her career, Helen has taken on challenging, sexually bold roles, from the cook, the thief, his wife and her lover, to the Roman spring of Mrs. Stone. Yet she has also become synonymous with strength, intellect, and authority, earning an Oscar for her portrayal of Queen Elizabeth II in The Queen. Mirren's blend of sensuality and gravitas, along with her refusal to let age dictate her choices, has made her a role model for actresses everywhere. She continues to redefine what it means to be a star at any age. Julie Christie. 17th on our list is Julie Christie, the ethereal British actress whose beauty and talent made her a muse for directors and audiences alike. Born in 1940 in India to British parents, Christie found early fame with Darling in 1965, for which she won an Oscar, and went on to star in classics like Dr. Zhivago and Fahrenheit 451. Christie was known for her free spirit and willingness to tackle complex, sexually explicit material. The 1973 thriller Don't Look Now featured a notorious love scene with Donald Sutherland that was so realistic, rumors persisted for decades that it was unsimulated. Christie brought a modern, liberated energy to every role. Her characters were independent, thoughtful, and often ahead of their time. In an era when women were often relegated to the background, Christie's performances commanded attention and respect. Off-screen, she was just as independent, choosing her roles carefully and shunning the Hollywood publicity machine. Julie Christie's impact lies in her refusal to play by anyone else's rules, embracing both sensuality and substance in a career that continues to inspire. Viva. At number 18 is Viva, born Janet Susan Mary Hoffman, an unconventional star whose association with Andy Warhol's factory defined an era of boundary-pushing underground cinema. Born in 1938 in New York, Viva was a rebellious spirit from the start, ultimately finding herself in the heart of the avant-garde art world. Her role in Warhol's Blue Movie made headlines as the first non-anonymous film to show unsimulated sex, launching the era of porno chic in American culture. Viva's performance was less about titillation and more about challenging the divide between art, life, and sexuality. Despite being a product of her time, she brought frankness and wit to her work, refusing to be victimized by the very scene she helped to define. Viva continued to work with Warhol and appeared in other films and stage productions, always pushing boundaries and questioning norms. Her legacy is that of a fearless artist who made no apologies for living and performing on her own terms, forever a symbol of countercultural rebellion. Jennifer Aniston. 19th on the list is Jennifer Aniston, an unexpected but undeniably influential name when it comes to pushing the boundaries of on-screen sexuality in the modern era. Born in Los Angeles in 1969, Aniston is best known for her role as Rachel Green on Friends, a character who became an icon for a generation. While not a product of classic Hollywood's golden age, Aniston's later career choices echo the boldness of her predecessors. In recent years, Aniston shocked audiences with her nude scene in The Morning Show, where she appeared naked with co-star Jon Hamm. This scene was not just a testament to her enduring confidence, but a statement on women's sexuality in middle age, a subject still fraught with stigma in Hollywood. Throughout her career, Jennifer has skillfully balanced humor, vulnerability, and sensuality, becoming one of the most respected and bankable actresses in Hollywood. Her willingness to take risks and defy expectations has kept her at the forefront of popular culture for decades, proving that true star power is timeless. Jessica Lange. 20th on our list is Jessica Lange, an actress whose talent and daring choices have made her one of the most celebrated performers of her generation. Born in 1949 in Minnesota, Lange's first big break came with King Kong, but she soon proved she was more than just a pretty face. Her roles in films like Frances and Blue Sky required not only emotional depth, but also a willingness to appear vulnerable, including in nude and explicit scenes that were essential to the stories she told. In Frances, her unflinching portrayal of the troubled actress, Frances Farmer, included harrowing, raw moments that showcased both her physical and emotional courage. Lange's range is extraordinary. She has played everything from tragic heroines to ruthless villains, winning 2 Oscars, 3 Emmys, and a Tony along the way. Her boldness has helped redefine what women can do on screen, and her enduring appeal is a testament to her skill, authenticity, and unbreakable spirit. Denise Richards. At number 21, we find Denise Richards, an actress who became a lightning rod for controversy and conversation with her bold career choices in the late 1990s and beyond. Born in Illinois in 1971, Richards entered Hollywood as a model, but her breakout roles quickly established her as a daring screen presence. It was in the film Wild Things in 1998 that Richards made cinematic history. Her character's involvement in a steamy, explicit threesome scene with Neve Campbell and Matt Dillon shattered boundaries and shocked mainstream audiences. The film's blend of noir intrigue and unapologetic sexuality made it a touchstone of 1990s cinema, and Richards' fearless performance set her apart as an actress willing to push limits for her art. She later reflected on the vulnerability and professionalism required to navigate such scenes, often emphasizing the importance of trust and mutual support on set. Beyond the controversy, Richards has built a diverse career, appearing in action films, romantic comedies, and reality television. Her willingness to embrace provocative roles without apology has kept her relevant and respected in an industry that too often typecasts its female stars. Denise Richards' career is a testament to the power of risk-taking and the importance of owning one's narrative, both on and off screen. Diane Keaton. 22nd is Diane Keaton, an actress whose signature style, quirky wit, and unwavering authenticity have made her an enduring force in Hollywood for over 5 decades. Born in Los Angeles in 1946, Keaton rose to prominence with her role as Kay Adams in The Godfather, but it was her collaboration with Woody Allen in films like Annie Hall that established her as an icon of modern femininity. Known for her tomboyish charm and emotional honesty, Keaton consistently defied expectations about what female stars could be, none more so than in Something's Gotta Give, where, at 57, she performed a full frontal nude scene. This moment was not only a bold statement about aging and sensuality, but also a challenge to Hollywood's ageist double standards. Keaton's career has been marked by risk-taking and reinvention, with each role revealing new facets of her immense talent. Whether playing neurotic romantics or fiercely independent women, Keaton's performances are always grounded in truth, humor, and a refusal to conform. Her courage, both on screen and off, continues to inspire actors and audiences alike, proving that charisma and sex appeal have no expiration date. Gina Morett. At number 23 is Gina Morett, an actress whose career is marked by both her versatility and her willingness to embrace controversial roles in Mexican cinema. Born in 1947, Morett began acting in the 1960s, quickly becoming a staple of genre films in her native country. Her breakthrough came with the cult horror film Night of the Bloody Apes, infamous for its explicit content and shocking blend of nudity and violence. In a particularly daring scene, Morett's accidental nudity was included in the final cut, a moment that was both a baptism by fire for the young actress and a milestone in Mexican exploitation cinema. Despite the challenges and the pressure she faced, especially from male-dominated crews, Morett emerged with her dignity and ambition intact. She went on to enjoy a long, successful career across film, theater, and television, earning praise for her talent and resilience. Morett's legacy lies not only in her ability to push boundaries, but in her refusal to be defined by any one role or genre. She stands as a reminder of the risks and rewards of cinematic audacity, and of the strength required to thrive in an often unforgiving industry. Norma Lazareno. At 24, we recognize Norma Lazareno, another pioneering figure from Mexican cinema, who, like Gina Morett, faced both exploitation and acclaim. Born in 1940, Lazareno found herself thrust into the spotlight with Night of the Bloody Apes, where she was required to film her first and only nude scenes. The experience was daunting. She was surrounded by a large male crew and felt intense pressure from the director, who convinced her of the scene's necessity. Ultimately, Lazareno's willingness to be vulnerable on screen came with mixed consequences. While some of the more explicit footage was reportedly cut due to censorship, the emotional toll was significant. Yet, Lazareno's story did not end with this controversial film. She went on to become a respected actress in Mexican film and television, appearing in dozens of productions and becoming a household name. Norma's career is a powerful example of resilience, adaptability, and the complexities faced by women in the film industry, especially those who risked everything for their art during times of intense social scrutiny and change. Maria Rohm. At number 25, we highlight Maria Rohm, a striking Austrian actress whose work in European cinema brought her international fame and notoriety. Born in Vienna in 1943, Rohm began her career as a child actor before transitioning to film, where she became a favorite of producer Harry Alan Towers. Known for her ethereal beauty and magnetic presence, Rohm frequently starred in erotic thrillers and Euro-sleaze films of the late 1960s and 1970s, including 99 Women, a controversial women-in-prison drama that featured explicit sex scenes and was censored in many countries. Rohm's willingness to engage with provocative material made her a cult favorite, though it also meant facing the challenges of typecasting and sensational press. Yet, She approached every role with intelligence and commitment, never allowing herself to be reduced to mere titillation. Rohm's later life was marked by tragedy. She passed away in 2018 after a battle with leukemia, but her legacy endures as an example of artistic bravery, navigating the blurred lines between exploitation and empowerment in cinema's most daring era. Jenny Agutter. Number 26 is Jenny Agutter, a British actress whose career spans film, television, and stage, marked by both innocence and daring. Born in 1952, Agutter began acting as a child, but her transition to adult roles was marked by controversy and bold choices. Her defining moment came with Walkabout, where, at just 16, she appeared nude in a swimming scene that shocked audiences and critics alike. Agutter has openly discussed her discomfort during the shoot, but later acknowledged that the scene's honesty contributed to the film's powerful exploration of adolescence and vulnerability. Beyond Walkabout, Agutter's career has included critically acclaimed performances in The Railway Children, Logan's Run, and a host of television dramas. She has been celebrated for her willingness to tackle difficult material and for the thoughtfulness she brings to every role. Agutter's journey from child star to mature actress is a testament to the challenges and rewards of embracing complexity and authenticity on screen, cementing her status as one of Britain's most respected talents. Debbie Morgan. Next, at 27, we spotlight Debbie Morgan, an actress whose career has spanned film, television, and theater, overcoming controversy and adversity from the very beginning. Born in 1956 in North Carolina, Morgan's family relocated to the Bronx when she was young, and her early life was shaped by personal challenges and family trauma. She made her film debut in Cry Uncle, a project embroiled in scandal due to rumors about her age and the explicit nature of her role. Fortunately, an investigation confirmed she was of legal age, and Morgan went on to build an impressive resume, including a celebrated run on the soap opera All My Children and an award-winning performance in Eve's Bayou. Morgan's courage in the face of both personal and professional obstacles has made her a role model for aspiring actors. Her willingness to confront difficult subjects on screen and to use her platform for honest storytelling speaks to her integrity and enduring talent. Barbara Hershey. At number 28 is Barbara Hershey, a versatile actress whose 5-decade career is defined by daring choices and emotional depth. Born in Hollywood in 1948, Hershey started young and quickly gained a reputation for taking on complex, often controversial roles. She appeared nude in several films, including The Pursuit of Happiness in 1971, Boxcar Bertha in 1972, and The Entity in 1982, each time bringing sensitivity and commitment to challenging material. Hershey's willingness to explore sexuality, trauma, and personal transformation set her apart in an industry that often favored safer, more conventional performances. Over the years, she transitioned from indie films to mainstream success, earning awards and critical acclaim for roles in Hannah and Her Sisters, Beaches, and Black Swan. Hershey's enduring appeal lies in her ability to reinvent herself, embracing vulnerability and strength with equal conviction. She is proof that true artistry means taking risks, and that the bravest performances are often the most unforgettable. Eva Green. Finally, rounding out our list at 29 is Eva Green, a French actress whose fierce intelligence, dark beauty, and willingness to take risks have made her one of the most compelling performers of the 21st century. Born in Paris in 1980, Green burst onto the international scene with Bernardo Bertolucci's The Dreamers in 2003, where she appeared nude in a series of explicit, artful scenes that established her as an actress unafraid of controversy. Green's approach to sexuality on screen is always rooted in character. She brings a sense of authenticity and psychological depth to roles that might otherwise be defined solely by their eroticism. In films like Casino Royale and Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, Green's sensuality is matched by her strength and complexity. Off-screen, she is famously private and intellectual, with a love for art, literature, and music. Eva Green's legacy is one of daring artistry and uncompromising vision, a modern inheritor of the Golden Age spirit, reminding us that true stars are those who shine brightest when they refuse to dim their light. And there you have it, the untamed, unforgettable journeys of 29 Hollywood actresses who changed the silver screen forever with their fearless performances and unbreakable spirits. From bold pioneers of the Golden Age to modern legends who still defy expectations, each woman on this list proved that true greatness comes from courage, authenticity, and never backing down from a challenge. Which actress's story surprised you most? Who do you think belongs in the next chapter of this list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about cinema's most iconic stars.